When we talk about business assets, it's so easy to just focus on that initial price tag. But the real story, the true cost, and the actual value of your equipment gets written over its entire life. So today, we're going to dig into the strategic ROI of commercial equipment. We'll look at how the right assets can actually drive profitability, and how the wrong ones, well, they can silently drain it.
Okay, just take a look at these two machines. On the surface, yeah, they do the same job. But from a financial perspective, they're living in completely different worlds. The one on the left, it's probably paid for, right? It's that familiar old workhorse. But what if I told you that it represents a huge, hidden financial drain on your operations, right now? The machine on the right isn't just newer. It's an investment that's engineered for a totally different kind of return. Let's really break down what that means for your bottom line.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll uncover the hidden costs lurking in your older equipment. Then, we're going to talk about the operational drag it creates and how strategic investment is really the only way out. After that, we'll get into the numbers, how to calculate the true return, and finally, wrap up with how to build a proactive asset strategy for your business. All right, let's dive right into this first crucial idea, the hidden cost of equipment. You know that purchase price you paid years ago? Honestly, it's irrelevant. What really matters are the costs that piece of equipment is piling up for your business today. This quote right here really gets to the heart of it. A fully depreciated asset might look great on the books, but in reality, it can be a massive liability. This is where we have to start thinking about the total cost of ownership, or TCO. It forces us to stop looking at the sunk cost of the purchase and instead focus on the real, ongoing costs of energy, repairs, downtime, and just plain inefficiency.
And that brings us perfectly to our next point, the drag of the obsolete. Outdated equipment creates something we call operational drag. Think of it like trying to run a marathon with ankle weights. It's not one single problem. It's this constant, invisible force that slows down your entire operation and creates this cascade of costs that hit your profitability hard.
And this slide really breaks down those financial drains. You've got higher energy consumption. That's a hit on your utility bill every single month. Frequent maintenance? That's not just about the parts, it's the service calls and pulling your team off of more important work. Unplanned downtime is a catastrophe. It's a direct shot to your revenue. Then you've got increased labor just to babysit old tech. And inconsistent quality? That's wasted materials and, even worse, potential damage to your brand.
You know, this simple handwritten note tells a much bigger financial story. It's not just a friendly reminder. It's a symptom of operational inefficiency. It's a sign that you need extra steps, manual oversight, workarounds, all the little things that modern equipment is designed to eliminate. These are the soft costs that add up to very hard losses on your P&L statement.
So, okay, we've diagnosed the problem. Let's pivot to the solution. This is really about reframing the whole conversation. We have to stop seeing new equipment as just an expense to be avoided and start treating it as what it is, a strategic capital expenditure designed to generate a real, positive return.
Just look at this modern mixer. Its value isn't just that it mixes dough. No, it's in the precision engineering that gives you a perfectly consistent product every single time. And for a business, what does consistency equal? It equals quality control. It means less waste, fewer do-overs, and a reliable product for your customers. That is a direct financial benefit. And this principle, it applies across all your assets. A state-of-the-art oven like this one, for example, is built for thermal efficiency. Better insulation, smarter heating cycles, that translates directly into lower energy use. This is an investment that literally pays for itself through real, predictable savings on your utility bills.
And finally, let's talk productivity. A modern fryer is designed for higher throughput. It heats faster, it recovers its temperature more quickly, and that lets your team produce more in the exact same amount of time. Plus, better safety features reduce your risk. Higher productivity and lower risk, those are fundamental drivers of a healthier bottom line.
Now, these benefits are all really compelling, but as executives, we need to quantify them, right? So how do we get from these concepts to concrete numbers? How do we calculate the actual return on this kind of investment? This simplified TCO table makes the case crystal clear. Now, at first glance, the legacy equipment looks like a win. Zero acquisition cost. Feels free, right? But hold on. Its operating costs, just energy and maintenance, are going to bleed you for $37,500 over 5 years. The modern equipment, yeah, it requires a $25,000 investment up front, but its operating costs are only $17,500 over that same period. That brings its 5-year TCO to $42,500, only $5,000 more than the quote-unquote free machine.
And here is the absolute critical insight. This calculation is actually conservative. It doesn't even include the financial hit from downtime, labor inefficiency, or product waste. Once you factor those variables in, that tipping point, the moment where keeping the old machine becomes actively more expensive than buying a new one, it arrives a lot faster than you'd think. This isn't just about managing costs anymore. It's about strategic value creation.
So this entire analysis really leads us to a more powerful way of thinking about this. This isn't about making a one-off purchase when something finally breaks down. It's about shifting to a proactive, forward-looking asset strategy for your entire operation. And you can put this into practice with a simple 3-step framework. First, you audit your current assets. What's their real-world performance? Second, you calculate the full total cost of ownership for your most critical equipment. And third, you use that data to build a strategic replacement plan which lets you turn reactive emergencies into planned, intelligent investments.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to take back to your own operations. Is your equipment a profit center, actively making you more efficient, improving quality, and boosting revenue? Or has it become a silent cost center, just slowly draining your resources and holding your business back? The answer to that question will define your next strategic move.